Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Hobbydude 007 channel and Model Cars and Coffee with Hobbydude. Today I want to share with you another kit review for Scale Auto magazine I did a number of years ago, and it is of one of my all-time favorite cars. If you've been a follower of the channel any length of time, you know that it's a Plymouth, and this particular one is just plumb crazy. I absolutely love classic muscle cars. I have a great respect for all of them, but my personal all-time favorite is the 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. And of course, the Roadrunner GTX Satellite shared that new body design that came out in 1970. A little bit different body lines, as well as a brand new front end and rear end taillights and grille section for 1970. And this was what I just fell in love with, and I like the fact that they carried that grille design over into the 71 as well, but that's a different story. I have probably built in model form about 5 or 6 of these things. 3 of them are on my desk. You probably see those when we're looking at the workbench. I've got one in a wheel stand. The one we'll be sharing today off to the right, but just my all-time favorite car. Have a great respect for the 70 Superbird as well, but my thing was this car. And it was unique. We had a 116-inch wheelbase, roughly about 4,000 pounds, the cloth and vinyl bench seat, the pistol grip shifter. This thing had the single piston Kelsey Hayes disc brakes, which was a first. The high impact colors, as Chrysler called them, they came in a variety of colors, and while Dodge had names for their colors, like this project, after I did my research, I fell in love with that Plum Crazy, which is a Dodge color, but the name for that for Plymouth was In Violet, IN-Violet. And of course you had other colors like Vitamin C, Hemi Orange, Lemon, Moulin Rouge, Panther Pink, lots of colors like that. And one of the other colors I really liked was the neon, almost neon green, Sublime, I think was the Dodge name for it. But really cool stuff. You had an option with these cars. They came with a heavy-duty 3-speed or 4-speed transmission, and you also had the option of a torque flight automatic transmission. In the Roadrunner, there were only 59 Hemi 4-speeds built, for the U.S. market anyway, and these 4-speed cars were primarily built for drag racing teams. But a factory car with a 440 could pull 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds, quarter mile in about 13.5 seconds, which came out to about 105 to 107 miles an hour. But the 70 Roadrunner was also available in a convertible, and there were only 834 of those made. And I tried to see if there was any of those that were Hemis, and I couldn't find but one that I could track any information on. But there may have been more than that. I'd mentioned the Superbird, and while I have an admiration for it, it was a faster and more capable car. But it wasn't as popular, and the what I call the flat nose, or the 70 Roadrunner we'll be looking at, that was the most popular, and that was the number one for me too. But the Roadrunner Coupe, without a vinyl top, you could get just the base model for about $2,900, and I think they ran all the way up to about $33,000 with a couple of different options. The convertible base was about $3,300, and I think the GTX started at about $3,400. But if you got one fully loaded, including the Hemi version, you were probably going to pay right around $4,000 for it, and that's a pretty good deal. And these are some shots of the other shots anyway of the Plum Crazy, or the In Violet, which, as I did my research for this project, these are the colors I just fell in love with. And just a cool purple. and not necessarily a color that I would just want on a car, but for a classic piece of history like this car, absolutely. And most came with the 446 pack and hot little engine, and again, you could get them, as you see here, with the Hemi. Well, this project started off as the Revell 1/24th scale 70 Plymouth Roadrunner, and this was one of the older issues of the monogram issue. And this one, just a great kit, goes together well. And I apologize, in a way, at least to my eye, the pictures here look more blue than they do purple, but this car was actually painted with the old Model Master. I think it was the Tester's Model Master Plum Crazy. And I think it turned out well, buffed out really nice, which you'll see some reflections here in a minute. And again, that grill, I just fell in love with that. Had the air grabber scoop that could be deployed, and the rear end. And by the way, this one I went with the black carpeting and the white seats. And with the white interior door cards and seats, I used the white stripe, and we'll talk about the decal sheet too. It had a lot of options. The black stripe if you did the Hemi orange or the yellow or stuff like that. But for the darker colors, you also had, as you see there, that white Roadrunner stripe across the back. And the decal for the hood, I have seen a number of people actually mask off and paint the stripe in the center of the hood and the pinstripes. This is actually the decals. You use the right amount of setting solution and just be patient, and it lays down absolutely beautifully all the way back to the windshield trim. And a lot of decals with it, as you see here. You have the 440 six-pack decals and the but the air scoop decals when it's deployed on the sides there. Really a cool car. There's a look at that white interior. And all of the trim work is done with bare metal foil. Because it was a kit review, I didn't get too fancy. I did the door handles in just Tester silver. And all the chrome on this one is just the kit chrome, and which is unlike me. Usually I re-chrome everything. But there wasn't a lot of flash or any pin marks in it, so that turned out really nice. And for the wheels, this kit came with the 6-slot steel wheels with the dog dish hubcaps. And to be honest with you guys, I absolutely love that. I thought it really, really looked good. And the black wall tires, and to be honest with you, I have always been one about black wall tires. My cars over the years, that's just, it either had white walls, if it was a my 70 Mustang was totally showroom stock, and that came with white walls, and that's what I kept on it. But for the most part, all of my hot rods had black wall tires. I just wasn't big into white letter tires. I had, I think, 2 cars that had white letters on them, but most of them had black walls. And that's a personal thing. On the bottom side, you see where we had the just the primer base and the undercoating, and then the overspray, just like the factory. And this kit went together really, really easy too, guys. Really nice. The engine is just that classic 440 like we looked at of the real ones. I went with the white, flat white headers, or stock pipes actually. And as you can see, there's a decent amount of detail for out of box right in the kit. Brake booster, all of that stuff. And back to that beautiful front end that I so like. But guys, what an awesome and fun kit. Let's get over and take a look at it on the turntable. And here's our 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner under the showroom lights. Again, this is in the In Violet or Plum Crazy, and as you can see, the white interior, the black carpeting, the pistol grip 4-speed shifter, and got a lot of glare here, so I'll try to get over here where you can see it. You can see inside that air grabber. You can see the breather in there. And those steel wheels gave it just a base look, but it gave it a good hot rod look to me anyway. And on the package shelf back here, you see where I masked off the speaker grid and just did a light dry brush on them. And love that white interior. Again, bare metal foil around all of the windows. Just the factory kit chrome, and I think that came out really, really nicely. Get around here and let you see that rear bumper and license plate. And those chrome exhaust tips, everything looks really sharp there. But this was an easy kit to put together and a great representation, a great replica of that classic 1970 muscle car. When I was doing my research and again ran across the Plum Crazy, the In Violet, I just fell in love with that. If I had to get my hands on, or could get my hands on one, if I could choose the color, this would be it. Don't necessarily know why, other than I like it. Really, really sharp. And guys, that is it for this go round. Hope you enjoyed it. Hey, put in the comments what your favorite all-time muscle car was, and or is, and we'll get into a debate over who's faster, what's faster. But just for the looks and the lines, this was beautiful to me. Guys, head over to HobbyNut Models, check out Mark's inventory, scoop you up one of these 70 Roadrunners from Revell, and check out the colors that these things came available in, because there was a lot of beautiful, even the white version with the black vinyl top. I really considered doing one of those because I haven't done that one yet, and that's a really good looking car. Well guys, God bless, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a bunch, guys.